Hello traders, and welcome back to episode 2 of this Road to a Million series. In the first episode, I showed you how I took this account from 10,000 to 20,000, and not that long later, funnily enough, this is sometimes how trading works, right? This is episode 2 where I've managed to take it from 20,000 to 40,000. So I've got my second scale up, and I'm very happy with it. This is my FX book. The great thing about this series is, I think the good thing is that you can actually see how me as being a trader who considers himself a profitable trader, i.e. in that 5%, does actually grow an account, and how I can use companies like Stocknet Institute in order to help me gain the equity that we as traders really need, so the monetary value and the money that we earn really does make a difference. Who wants to be trading off a $1,000 account, $10,000 account? Personally, I don't. I'm looking to trade off those 320 all the way up to $1 million account. So the money that you make certainly makes a difference. If you can do it off a $1,000 account, you can do it off $1 million account. So a little snapshot of where I am. You can see here the gain on the screen of 20.51%. Now, obviously, that makes sense considering I've just moved up to 40,000. And if you actually look at the equity curve here, this for me is trading in a nutshell. You know, I do believe you make your money in pockets, and you're just kind of patient until those times happen. So I've really been patient April, May, into June, and then in July, I've obviously had a great month. Mainly two big trades in EU and EG, so the euro has worked for me pretty well. In July, that's just taken me up from, I believe down here, I was negative something percent, negative 3%, all the way up to 20. Now that is not luck, that is data, that is just patient and just going through this time, patiently waiting for these trades to come. So continuation of my stats, I'm still on 33% win rate, only on 33%. I think that's pretty much held standard since the last video. What is important to note is this is with my normal breakout and breakout retest strategies, I take 2 trades. So if my lot size is 1 lot, I'll take 2 trades of 0.5. However, with my aggressive strategy, I only take 1 trade. So if it's 1 lot, I put 1 trade of 1 lot. So if, for example, if I lose a breakout trade and then I win this one, my actual win rate is 50%. But because I take 2 trades within this 1 trade which lost, obviously the statistics only take that. They take it on each individual trade. Something important to note, it may not be as low as this, but it certainly is quite low this year. And that's okay. I understand that. And as long as I'm coming out with my gains that I'm pretty happy with, which I am, who cares? Who cares? So you can see here, I actually track my performance a little bit differently than my FX book does. They do it They obviously take the percentage on the months that it's closed. I personally take it on open. Either way, it doesn't really matter. So you can see here, my July month, 21.85% is really where, you know, all the scales have come from. I am actually not expecting, currently on 40K or 43K because I've not taken any money yet. I'll go into that in a second. But I'm not expecting this kind of month to continue forever. I wish that was the case. But I think there's maybe a chance that we could slow down before we get to our next few scales up to 80. And then the main ones here I'm looking at are 160 and 320. This is when I'm going to consider taking some profit out. Until then, I'm not taking any money out. I'm going to keep my money in, my profits in, my 10% in, and continue to scale this account and increase my my drawdown buffer. And that is the most important thing. So guys, if you are watching this series for the first time and you don't know what Stocknet Institute are, they're quite a new company out the UK from an instant funding provider. I think the concept of them is the best that I've personally seen. They don't give you any challenges. As I said, it is an instant funding. The only rule they have is that you cannot exceed 8% max drawdown. So there's no daily drawdown. Nothing like they have done on FTMO and my Forex funds. It is relatively new, but they seem to be very professional so far. The great thing about it is every 10% you get, they double your account. So as I said, with this series in episode 1, I started off with 10K. I got to 11K. So they put me up to a $20,000 account. And then I made $2,000, which is my 10%, which is why I'm now up to 40,000 or 43,000, as you can see here. Now, the reason why I'm in 43,000 is I've kept all my profits. So from 10 to 11,000, obviously I kept that $1,000 in. And so my initial balance was 21,000. I got to 23,000, which was the 2%, the $2,000 10% gain target. And I've kept this $2,000 in, meaning my total profit thus far is 3K, which is why you see 43,000 here. So if I taken all profits out, my original 8% max drawdown would always refresh at the start of every scale. However, because I've kept my $3,000 in, my 8% has now gone up to, I believe, it's just over 16,000. I think it's something like 16.5. You can tell me the exact numbers in the comments, but anyway, above 16,000, which is obviously a lot better than 8. And I back myself as time goes on. Remember, if I get to my 10% target for here, which will be 47,000, right, which is the 4,000 10% target, I keep that money in, scale my account to 80. This 60.5 will continue to go up until that 160 or 320, whatever that I decide to take some money out, so that I'm pretty confident in my trading that I'm not going to lose 20+% in one go. I back my ability that I'm not going to do that. And again, it lets me trade a little bit freer. I'm in this for the long haul. I'm not here to flip accounts over 1 week or 1 month. I want to have a sustained income from the SI account, and having an increased buffer or a very large buffer allows me to do that. So personally, my goal is, I think, to get this to 320, keeping all profits in, and then my first double-digit month, so my first plus 10% month, I will take all that money out and reward myself for growing this account to this amount. Well, when that will happen, I can't tell you. How long's a piece of string, but I am expecting myself to get there. So if you do like the series, make sure you like it and subscribe if you want to follow along to see how I get on. Now, if you do want to sign up to Stocknet Institute, there's a code down below. Use my code RT5 and you get 5% off. Now, if you look back through the MyFX book, you'll see here from my latest deposit, which put me up to that 20, I'd only taken 3 trades, right? This USD CAD was a breakout order, which is why I've got 2 trades here. And these next 2, Entity Swiss was my aggressive strategy, which is a sell, which I obviously got stopped out with. And a Euro Pound sell, which I absolutely smashed. So I'll go into that trade with a 13% gain. 4 trades, and massively different from my first scale, which was all these trades. 3 pages of which, a lot of them are red, because my profitability or my win rate has gone down quite a lot. So I'm very proud of myself, I have to say, the patience that I've had. So it just shows you, again, it just shows you that being patient. If you look at here, these last 2 trades here, 26% in 2 trades. On to the next scale with another $20,000 deposited. Brilliant. So I'll go through this Euro Pound trade. Here you can see that 43 in there. So Euro Pound. Remember, if you are interested in seeing how I trade on a day-to-day basis, check the links down below to Simplicity Trading. We give away 7 days for free. Links down below. Just a little word on Simplicity. I'm not going to fill you with any bullshit. This is real trading. I show my real account as I do every single day. I show the trades I'm taking in real time. I show my ROI. It's all completely transparent and hopefully will help a lot of you out with your personal trading. So you can see here in the Euro Pound 4 hour. Now my entry was this particular candle here. So we've had our head and shoulders, V reversal into this key area, which for me was looking like, from our latest impulse, the end of this corrective. Volume coming in here on that V reversal. I usually like to see volume coming in at the end of the corrective, which possibly indicates that the big boys may be looking at this to take it down on another leg. And that is exactly what happened. So, Euro Pound entry on this particular candle. Now, within this structure, not only do you have our head and shoulders to indicate that this potential corrective from here is over, that's what the head and shoulders signify, it's a change of trend pattern, we've got my favorite ABC. So we've got our OBE, outside bearish engulfer, on C wave, on that 20, on increasing volume from our head and shoulders, from our V reversal. Tag this support area multiple times. I like to see that. I like to see the significance of this area reducing as time continues. And I was happy with the overall context, the higher time frame analysis, the higher time frame bias here. We had some wicks to the upside on Euro Pound, projection off that 200. From a daily perspective, from our higher time frames, we were roughly around here. Again, looking at impulse, very simple market structure, very simple price action. Impulse, corrective, continuation. Now, as I said, we didn't see this. I didn't see this when I took the trade, but that looks pretty stereotypical of a corrective. Wick to the upside, as we saw on that 4 hour. Back to that 20. Price action looks digested from this move, considering our 70-30 rule, i.e. markets trend 30% of the time, Ranger pullback 70% of the time, and it just looked good to me. Just looked good. The concept of RTM, or ready to move, was certainly in play, where I thought if this did move, it could move quite a bit. So as I said, my entry here, stop loss a few pips above this candle, and we rode this wave all the way down for a 13% gain. This was every 2%, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Not a very good drawing, but you saw that from the IFX book. Great trade, great trade. And that's all it takes. That's all it takes, a bit of patience. As I said, I'm not expecting me to go from 40 to 80 very quickly. I'm probably not expecting this type of equity curve to continue. I would not be surprised if I had a little bit of this motion. Hopefully it doesn't. But again, I just go by my data where I think money is made in pockets. If I do get another great trade and this moves up, I'm not going to complain. I'm just going to continue doing the things that I do. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. But notice how the drawdowns in here aren't massively severe, right? Aren't massively severe. What I will say as well is during this time, the market was still fresh into the Russia-Ukraine situation, still quite fresh into inflationary worries. I know they're still here. Whenever you watch this video, I presume they're still there. But the market is starting to digest this move. Central banks are starting to make real aggressive stances on it. So whether there's a little bit more or a little bit less uncertainty from those inflationary worries, maybe it's helping with trading a little bit. But irrespective, it doesn't matter to me. I just continue doing the same thing day in, day out. Stick to my entry criteria, stick to my entry strategy, continue with my trades, and that's all that matters. Trading's a beautiful thing when you make it simple. So I don't know when episode 3 will come out. It just depends on when I make my next 10%, which could be in a day, it could be in a month, it could be in a week, it could be in a year. Hopefully not a year, but when that comes out, I'll be up at 80,000 and getting to the point where it's a little bit interesting. All right, thanks again for watching, guys. If you do like this concept, you do like this idea, make sure you hit that like button. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Again, if you're interested in joining up to Stocknet, which I think is a great funding platform, if you are a profitable trader, if you're not profitable, don't bother signing up to anything. Get profitable first. But there is a link to Stocknet Institute down below. And as always, there's a link to Simplicity Trading. Anybody wants to sign up there for 7 days free, come join us. Come see how we can help you. And hopefully get into the place where you're able to do stuff like this and grow accounts over the long run. I'm not going to teach you how to flip accounts. I don't believe in that. It ain't going to happen. It's not sustainable. But this certainly is. So if you want to join us, link down below, 7 days free. If not, no problem. I'll see you in the next video. And always remember to trade safe. Peace.